Last time on Cloudfall. You all woke up in a strange, new jungle. Curious surroundings and all quite fungal. You cried out to the dark. You cried out through your bells, all the while thinking you might be in hell. And then you met in the middle, had a brief giggle, and found a shroom that grew too much. But it was already too late, as is always your fate. Doran just had to touch. And then the great mushroom fell, no cap. Turns out this wasn't hell, your own past. And then, in no particular order, your trip contained the following. You go back to Birthday Island. You get eaten by a whale as you fell from the Skylands. Journey wakes up and calls bullshit. Smilegrin chases cause he just won't quit. Doran uses magic to chill everyone out. Poppy then purifies, but not for the clout. Guy gets kicked out of Inception Part 1, then dinner with Guy's head, Chekhov's gun. You see Diver in a fire stealing baby Aaron, then Journey sees the death of her fave bud hair friends. Doran sees Lyrian, and then he goes numb. Then Guy makes Poppy kneel to Lodom. Doran kills Phenom again and again, then peeling potatoes like way back when. You see the terror in the dark below Dawn's edge. Then back to the ship for Guy's final pledge. Poppy bakes a cake, and it's not enough. And then they see the blue-eyed man. You thought Lenati was rough. Abruptly, you all awoke. And then Guy makes a great mycelium joke. You were judged by Funge and his 4 best friends, and they beat you with flowers until you were dead. Psych, motherfucker, you were still asleep. That's right, GM's got you 2 layers deep. Now we're back in reality. Oh, there goes gravity. And Erin's just staring, because the person who's there when she opens her eyes, big fucking surprise, it's your mom.
There it is.
Wow. Damn.
You're all in that infinite vertical hollow, surrounded by the light of the scuttle bumps and a small handful of lanterns full of glowing moss, just enough light to see by. You hear a calm flow of water as it cascades down the spiral walls, and it smells damp and full of life here. And beneath your feet is soft earth and sand. Farther up, you see small shelters hanging from the cliff walls, built from found sticks and salvaged castle materials. And finally, you see that thick canopy far overhead, and what looked like small, fallen trees all permanently wedged into place, giving this place some kind of ceiling. Aaron, your vision is blurry, but when you focus, you're seeing what looks like your mom. Not quite, so similar, but almost exactly like your mother. And she's saying, in Sylvan, the other people can hear this, she's saying, "No way. Absolutely not." You've all just woken up from this giant mushroom trip, none of you really understanding where you are, but you see it's the same stone hollow, that little shore that you came up on after that brief swim. You haven't been transported to a mushroom world at all. You're right here. You see some of the flora start to move here. Those 5 sentient mushrooms, they were real, and they're still here. You see that big, thick one, Funge, move over to Poppy and pick her up, set her back on her feet. Are you okay?
I've been better. That was really weird.
The shorter one comes over to you and says,
We're so sorry we had to do that. It's just the best way to kind of get the truth out of everyone that comes through.
So we're not gonna die?
Of course not. That was just a way to get you out of the dream.
Okay.
And this is real.
Well, yeah, this is where you came in.
I've heard that one before.
I'm going to use Primal Savagery, and my claws grow and my teeth grow sharper. Promise me that this is real this time.
Illyri moves up to you, and she kind of like puts a calming hand up and then pulls it back as she sees you get aggressive. And she says, you understand Sylvan, correct? Mm-hmm. She says, I promise you, this is reality. You are back where you came in. Remember back to how you found this place.
Yeah, Journey looks around and sits down slowly on the ground and lets her claws recede.
We mean not to torment you, only to find the truth.
And did you find it?
I believe we found enough to make up our minds.
Who are you? And Aaron is just staring at the person who looks like the image they know of their mother.
And you say that in common?
Yeah.
She looks down and she says, It doesn't matter who I am.
Wow.
Oh, so Ganymede has a Sylvan accent.
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
You.
It matters who you have been.
What? You look just like her. And Aaron pulls out the wooden carving of their elven parents.
She squints her eyes at it and she looks up at you. She says, Where do you have find this?
It's the only thing I had from when I was taken from them. They were my parents.
She looks at her cohorts and they start to nod. She says, No, She looks up at Journey again. She says, I refuse to believe this. This changeling. How do you know? How do you know them?
And Journey replies in Sylvan. They're my friend. I've been traveling with them for a while now, and I trust them with my life.
You found them here, a changeling, a friend.
Not here, up in the material plane. They were kidnapped.
Stolen. You see a look of horror coming over her face. She's cycling through emotions at a rapid pace. You see Funge approach her, and you see Funge is getting ready to restrain her.
You look like someone she knows.
She looks over at you and Aaron. She says, You take my life from me.
Me?
You are replacing me. I was stolen from my family. And you. Oh, no. You took the life that was meant for me.
I mean, I was a baby. I didn't know anything. I didn't even know these weren't my real parents.
Do you have any idea what I experienced being here? What my life become owned by the changeling?
Do you have any idea what Aaron experienced as a child?
I don't care. I was sent to hell and I live it.
So sorry.
Things for changelings in the material plane are not good.
This is rich. She speaks to you again, Journey. She says, You need to stop her from saying any more juvenile bullshit before I lose my temper.
I'm so sorry. You both are a product of a terrible crime. It's not your fault, but it's not theirs either.
She's squinting down at Aaron. She says, I know them. I know what they are, how they think, and what they want.
They're not like the changelings that live here. They're not.
I know exactly how sincere they can look when they say they love you. But they don't mean it. They can't mean it because they're not real people. They say it so they can see how you react. So they can look more natural next time.
Aaron is different. I promise you, Aaron is different. But I know you're angry and you have every right to be. Maybe it's best to walk away for a while.
Guy, she references you for a second, having spoken Sylvan before. You can say the same? You trust this evil?
I do. I trust them with my life. And I think if you see them as your enemy, you're missing the big picture. All the evil this place can thrust upon people, whether they deserve it or not. Aaron had nothing to do with this.
Journey, what are they saying?
They're real mad. They're really mad, and it's not your fault. It's not, but I don't think that there's room for a calm discussion here. I don't know. They're in quite a bit of shock.
Yeah, same. I mean, it was done to us. It wasn't. We didn't make a choice. And Aaron eyes up the person in front of them. What's your name?
How dare you? How dare you compare your situation to mine? Your life. I was a slave. I was a prisoner my entire life to a group of animal who do nothing but kill and scheme, and they use me. They copy me. They take my shape. They kill.
How did you survive?
Any way I could. I don't cause a fuss. I don't try to fight back, and the moment they turn around, I leave. You couldn't know what this is like.
The other changelings did this to you.
Yes.
Well, we took out a couple of those fuckers down there, so hopefully that helped.
She looks at the rest of your group, just trying to gauge the truth of that.
Happy's going to step in front of Aaron as a bodyguard, kind of. A very tiny bodyguard.
She gives you an eyebrow and a smirk at the same time.
And I'm going to put my meanest face on and say, all of that may be true, but you know nothing about Aaron. You don't know what they've been through.
She kneels down to you and she says, "Sweet child, you are being deceived."
I'm not a child.
Oh?
I'm just little.
You are being deceived. They are incapable of truth. It is the way of changelings.
That might have been true when we first met, but I've seen them change.
What? Yeah, well...
No, not physically change. I've seen them change inside. Aaron cares about us.
You might think that to be true, but I won't help you. My vote counts here as a leader in this hollow, and I won't help you. I will not let you pass.
What would change your mind?
Leave them behind,
It's not going to happen.
and you climb, and you die, like the rest of them.
The others, they claim to have looked into our minds and seen the truth. Surely you have too.
Yes. I have seen how conniving this one can be, how thoroughly they have weaved into your lives to learn so much.
No, you saw in their mind as well the truth of their pain, what they went through, the fear. You saw the fire.
And how do you expect that would surface? With kindness? Generosity? No. It manifests the only way that changelings know how. Murder.
Hannah's like,
You're not wrong.
Do you trust the people here? Do you trust these mushroom folk around you?
Of course.
Do you trust their judgment?
Absolutely.
Because they judged Aaron to be worthy. They saw the truth. Why can't you?
She looks away because you can tell in that moment that you know you're right.
boy, I wish wish we understood what was.
I know, Aaron's just looking confused, like,
Just this really angry, lovely language.
It's so pretty, but so mad. Doran, do you have any tricks for this?
I can't follow the conversation, Poppy. I can try to just riff it a bit.
Pulls out his lute.
Please don't.
Do you speak common?
Of course, I speak in perfect common.
Great. I'm not following everything that's being exchanged here, but I can tell you a couple things. One is you are just as complicit in this swap as Aaron. It is just as much your fault as it is Aaron's.
How could that be? I was not complicit in any capacity.
That's the point. Aaron was a child the same time you were.
And then she is bring to this paradise up in the clouds?
Could you see the visions that the mushroom folk saw? Can they share that with you?
You see like tears welling up in her eyes, and she says, "It was still better."
That may be. We can't know that.
Nobody rescue me. Nobody take me into the clouds
That's
in
not
a
what...
skyship.
nobody rescued me. I had to fight my way out. I had to run away from abusers.
I saw he contact you. He bring you into this. Save you.
No, Doran didn't save me. No offense. It was my choice. I escaped. We both had a really shitty time growing up. But I don't think measuring our misery and our suffering against each other is going to get us anywhere. Honestly, it's kind of weird that you're so aggressive. I mean, how could a baby do what you're accusing me of? We both had no part in it. In fact, I feel like you might have a better idea of who did actually swap us.
I don't know.
Well, it had to be someone from the Fae. What have you been doing here all these years?
Living here, surviving.
Not searching for the person that took you here?
Could never hope to find them.
Well, it seems I should be angry with you for not taking more action, huh?
You see that fire start to drain out of her a little bit. I have suffered long, and I know my story. I know what I see of you, but I need time. Christopher, please deal with them. You see the rest of the mushrooms kind of start to waddle towards you, and Vindicus says, in any case, it might be ideal for all of you to spend some time. Perhaps take a rest, a bath, a moment for yourselves, and then continue your climb if we cannot help you, and perhaps the skip bell if we can help you.
Skip Bell?
Who's Christopher?
Christopher Vindicus?
Yes. Well, this dream that we all shared together, I'm so sorry. Vindicus is quite long-winded and sometimes annoying. Really what we were all in is kind of a shared dream, you see, because, well, me and Vindicus and Marcia and Fran and Funge here, and we're all the same mind, the same entity, and my name is Christopher.
Understood.
Okay.
Christopher
Wait, not-
Vindicus.
You may address all of us as Christopher because we all are Christopher.
I have something to ask of you that...
We are Christopher.
Are we Christopher?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask that. I was like, what?
No, it's just us, the Caps. Oh, you know Caps. No, you're not Christopher.
Good. I don't want to be Christopher.
It's quite all right. I mean no offense in asking this, but when someone in a judicial capacity has a personal and emotional relationship with those being judged, they would step aside and accuse themselves.
Conflict of interest.
Recuse, by the way.
Recuse. Shit.
Tibio appears for a brief moment.
Accuse.
It is accused.
Accuse.
My bad. Misspoken. Nonetheless, I don't know your laws or how you handle these things, but I can't help but notice it's quite painfully clear that there is a conflict here.
Fran steps in. He's quite right. I do believe we might need to ignore Eluri's vote in this matter. Perhaps we call on Napper?
Is Napper Christopher as well?
No. Napper is a fawn, a descendant of the people who lived here long ago.
I'm not.
That's not encouraging.
I'm not
No.
sure they will have a favorable judgment of us as well.
Are they related to the Hales?
Ah, the royal family. No, not at all.
Okay.
Great.
Then bring in Napper.
You see a couple more folks show up. You see an old Eldrin, old woman. Her name is Nevi Styx, and then Napper is a fawn who's a descendant of the survivors of this place. Nevi is actually an Eldrin that was like alive during that time. She's over 600 years old.
Did Iluri walk away?
She kind of like steamed off in a huff, like in between all the talking. She just like cannot look at you right now. You see her kind of head towards this these cascading like mossy pools of water on the far side of this little cove that you're in. It looks like that is some kind of like natural like bathing area that people spend time in, but she's over there right now. Nevi shows up and says, "Seems we need some judgment. Is that right? Somebody would like to use the skip bell?"
Can you tell us more about this?
There is a natural artifact known as the skip bell. A large snail shell, if you've ever seen such a thing.
Oh.
We may have, yes.
We've found one here that
Birthday Island.
connects to one quite close to the top of this tower. You'd be able to skip 90% of this climb.
Well, that would be wonderful if we could use that.
However,
Sorry.
we do not assist those who would do harm above. This realm does not need a worse name than it has.
What is that exactly?
The Feywild is under attack in some capacity. We are being blamed for terrible things happening on the material plane. We don't need anything following back here.
We may know something about that, and it might be in your best interest to let us go deal with it.
Napper shows up in that moment. A tall fawn, looks a little bit like Lyrian, kind of has you unsettled, but proves to be like a decent guy overall. The surface.
Where we came from.
He looks far off into the pools at Iluri again, and he says, "Do you know why Iluri is so spiteful of all of this?"
I mean, they seem to put a lot of blame on others for their bad situation.
And yet they left out one crucial detail. Iluri did try to go to the surface once upon a time, though she was rejected. Yes. You see, at the top of this tower is a great beast that goes by the name of Kree, and it judges all those who attempt to enter the clouds.
Right.
Well, he might not be there anymore.
And Iluri years ago was denied by Kree when she made her attempt. She was sent back into this hollow to live forever. She cannot go back to the surface.
You folks talked to Kree recently? Lately?
None of us have made the climb in a great many years, no.
Theoretically, hypothetically, if Kree was no longer in a capacity for judgment,
Then truly anything from the Feywild could make its way through the plains. Yes.
including Iluri.
Certainly, yes. Iluri would be able to travel without Kree's judgment, as would any red cap or denizen from down here, should they make the climb.
Well, they'd have to go through you first, right?
We don't stop anyone from ascending. We're not prepared to do so. We merely help those who ought to be helped.
May we know why Kree rejected Illyri's ascent to the material plane?
Their decisions are opaque to us. We don't know what Kree can see. But Illyri was attacked, deemed unworthy.
So the group of you only guard this skip bell. We are free to pass and travel up the old-fashioned way.
Like I said, we are not fighters. We are not equipped for such a task. We're free to go at any time, up or down.
Well, we can, I guess, try to pass your test for the skip bell. More tests? I don't know.
That was the test.
Oh, great.
So we pass.
Not yet.
Oh, so helpful, Christopher. Thank you.
I'm afraid... Sorry, I got between voices there for a second. I'm afraid it's... Illyri's choice just matters here. She's a voice. She's a leader among these people, and it's conflict of interest, yes, but difficult to ignore her judgment. It might cause waves here in the future, if you understand what I mean. To go over her head in such a capacity might not sit well.
Well, she could certainly decide whether or not to recuse herself, right? And if she chooses not to, we'll have to deal with that.
It's possible, but a difficult conversation, yes?
How is it that one fails the judgment of Kree and then comes down here to head a lower court, as it were?
Kree is brutal, physical, will not let people pass physically. Kree will stop them with claw and beak. Such happened with Illyri. We know not why.
Honestly, everything up there isn't going great. And their parents are long dead. They seem like they've made a good life for themselves here.
She said she needed time. Maybe we just rest for a while and then try to talk to her again.
But certainly Kree wouldn't change their mind on the decision, right?
Kree isn't there anymore.
Yeah, Kree's gone.
Kree was corrupted.
Overtaken by the blue-eyed creature.
Fucking what? You need to back up and explain. What do you mean Kree is not... Do you understand the implications of what that means for this plane in specific?
Maybe we should go somewhere more private.
I agreed. Yes, let's... Silently, please.
Aaron sneaks. No, just kidding.
I guess there's nothing that's too quiet when you share minds.
Yeah, more private with all 5
With
Christophers.
With all the mushrooms all together being one big mega mind.
Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can do this. And
Don't tell Christopher.
loop it up later. Okay. We are Christopher.
We are Christopher.
We are Christopher.
We are Christopher. We are Christopher. I'll try to layer all that later.
Yeah.
It was different. Some of them were
Just leave
different
it like
speed,
that.
but
Yeah, that's true. The fun
No, I
one is
think
too
it's
long.
fine. I think it's fine.
We'll just
you
keep
can,
going.
you can stretch it out.
Yeah.
too.
Okay.
We are
Christopher.
Christopher.
All right.
Just more work for yourself later.
I do that all the time. And then you guys hear a little melody. Fuck.
Didn't you guys hear the sickest song you've ever heard?
Yeah. It makes the most satisfying song, and you all come. No, okay. All right. They lead you from that gentle shore of the lake through a forest of giant mushrooms and Jurassic ferns and lichens. You all begin following a naturally grown boardwalk that leads towards this village. That scope of the village is hard to tell in the relative darkness, but the view from here looks like a dazzling city skyline, glittering with tiny lights of all different colors. But when it comes into focus, you see a surprisingly beautiful city like a terrarium, built in a crescent moon shaped inside this hollow. You see a hillside lined with cobbled structures made from parts of the castle and big, thick, short chode mushrooms that serve as little single houses.
Chode.
It seems like you might actually be able to relax for a while here.
Are we like in a hurry? I feel like we were rushing so much to get up the tower.
Well, mostly because we were being chased.
Yeah.
Yeah, Smile Grin and the red caps and everything.
And the changelings and the fire.
And Lenati.
And Lenati. And
We may have some remnants of a ship looking for us.
Yeah, do you guys remember when we fell? It was Viren.
Viren's
we saw the
Viren's
ship
ship was
and-
there.
So I don't know how much we have to rush. We don't even know if Small Castle still exists.
That's true.
We don't know what other trouble the blight has caused in our absence.
We don't know what happened to our ship.
Yeah.
We don't even know how much time is going to have passed, right? That's a thing?
Right. Time passes differently here sometimes.
Oh, great.
We don't know what happened to April or Kesher.
They were with the ship.
They may be looking for us if it's still intact. I mean, they may be able to have outran or outflown Viren.
They might think we're dead.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I wouldn't blame them.
Huber, what was your goal once you got back up to the surface? Where were you and Mikey going?
It's a good question. I know some of my clan, my family, was left in Baxi. I might head back there just to regroup.
I think you'll find it a very fascinating place. Yeah.
Fast moving, I've heard. Isn't it weird that people always have beef with all of you, but not me?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
just...
you don't come up a lot.
I just kind of disappear into the background.
But every now and then we remember to bring you in, right? For your wisdom.
Yeah. It's nice.
Aaron, I liked your idea of offering to have them come with us.
Aaron just shrugs and says, I mean, it seems like they hate their lives, so...
As long as we watch our backs, I think it's the least we could do.
She's not a threat.
I think she needs to know that her parents are dead. I think it would be good to have a conversation with her about what happened to them.
Sure. Yeah, love to hash that out.
I think everyone needs to know about what happened to Cree.
We
Yeah.
should speak to Christopher about that.
Yeah.
We should be careful. It seems their whole way of life is centered around what they knew to be true of Cree.
Well, maybe they can use some of their mushroom magic to just entrap people or entrance them for longer periods of time until they slowly die.
Or to move them so that they have to start over.
Yeah. Just keep repeating the same lower levels over and over again.
No, I like the way Aaron's thinking.
That's so evil.
Living corpses, yeah.
And while we tell them about Cree, what was that one saying about how the Feywild is being blamed for misfortune in the world above?
I think it probably has to do with what the King Hale did
And what the blade is up to.
and what the Blat has been doing.
Well, and the falling skylands, I mean, I think,
It all comes back to the same origin story.
yeah.
They must know it all originates here.
I think we should speak with them soon. Maybe first thing we do. I would like to speak with them if anyone wants to join.
I can.
I'll go. As co-captain.
I will join you as well.
Well, then I don't need to go.
Perhaps you should back up Aaron in their discussion with...
Yeah,
Lori.
I can serve as a little bit of a translator if you need it.
Yeah. Also, I really appreciate you guys just now, like, saying all that stuff about me and Poppy. Yeah, thanks for sticking up for me.
Just told the truth.
You're one of us. Your family.
You see a rare big smile from Erin, and it's not because she killed somebody.
It always makes her so happy. All right. So that is Guy, Dorn, and Poppy split off to go talk with mushrooms?
Yes.
Christopher.
Christopher.
Christopher Mushroom.
You gave us Christopher, and we're going to stick to it.
Yeah.
I love it. It's so good.
Christopher is, strangely enough, just kind of like standing out in a mossy field staring straight up, like all five of them. And then they see you and they just turn and they all say hello at the same time. Also unsettling.
You need to do the hello thing, edit it all together.
Hello. Is that five?
Pretty good.
Yeah, no one will notice.
That's fine.
Dear Cloudfall, there were only 4 voices when you claimed there to be 5.
We split the audio when we analyzed the signal.
I hope someone was fired for that one.
We fired the DM.
Someone's losing their job.
Christopher,
Yes.
Just kidding.
Hello.
we just want to continue what we had mentioned earlier, and there's some things we need to align on then.
Certainly. Let's speak in one of these chud mushrooms.
Stop calling them.
I love it. It's funny.
Yeah, you move into one of these like stocky, hollowed-out mushrooms, very short, very wide, and enough room for all of you to sit around a little table in there.
Is this kind of weird for you guys? Are the houses Christopher?
We live in bones.
Oh,
Cool.
that's not weird.
Love it.
I get it. As mentioned earlier, your guardian, Kree, is not around anymore. Not in the same way. We believe that the blue-eyed man, I don't know if you know of whom we speak.
We do not. We heard that reference earlier, but
It's whatever took over King Hale after his rise to power.
took over.
What do you know of the history of this place, at least as far as how the clouds were formed in the islands?
It was a massacre. They were slaughtered.
They?
Well, the whole kingdom, pretty much, in the floor level. King Hale, he destroyed all of them with a single blow. He turned them into little shadow creatures. The things right outside that almost tried to kill you.
Oh, and whom was responsible for this?
I mean, King Hale did it.
The blue-eyed man we speak of consumed King Hale like it was nothing. This same creature, whatever it is, we believe, took control of Kree. There is nothing stopping them now. You can no longer take this pacifist angle. You need to guard this path to the material world. Are you up for it?
We're not ready for that. We're not capable. Most of our people are elderly or young or have never known combat in any capacity.
You seemed quite capable when you incapacitated the 5 of us, and
I mean, we get the whole village to pelt you with puffballs. That's not exactly a skill challenge.
It seemed pretty skillful to us.
Well, we're practiced, I suppose. I understand your point. We could practice another practice and become more practiced in that practice.
I don't think Doran is saying you take up the sword against people who might try to climb the tower, but you have other ways to defend yourselves.
I see.
And you have to be aware that this is something that you need to handle from now on.
Then what? Our lives become a war zone? This place a choke point? Is that how we live? We live in service to the material plane?
Not in service, but if it means something to you to keep evil out, then yes.
It does, yes. Tell me more about this Kree and the blue-eyed man. That's who we saw towards the end of your vision. Is that correct? In the field full of grass.
Yes, he seems to be traveling from Skyland to Skyland, draining them of all of their bismite and magic and resources.
Bad.
Yeah.
It's bad. That is what is causing the islands to fall down here through the clouds.
And the great beast to be corrupted.
This is what we spoke of earlier. The reputation the Feywild has gained for the creeping blight in the material plane. We expect war at the end of this. A reckoning, an attack, an assault, a retribution for what has spilled from here.
When we were in the second dream, you questioned us and our intentions beyond the tower.
Yes.
This was part of it. It's kind of our goal now to deal with all of that.
What if you saw us as emissaries? We were planning to do all of this on our own. What better way to signal to those in powers in other places that your intent is to remedy the instability as best you can? I don't know what you can offer us, but at the very least, that was our plan all along.
They look in towards each other, the five of them, for a split second, and you see their eyes just kind of bug out for a second, like they just like wobble back and forth. They look back at you, Doran, and they say, we agree.
Okay, and you do not feel you can take up handling conflict on your own?
Whether or not we feel prepared to do so, it seems our imperative. We have to do that.
There are other options. I don't know what is within your capacity, but
We can't leave this place.
I understand. You could destroy the shell. You could destroy the tower.
That would also mean collapsing our ecosystem. It would be the end of Christopher.
And it would be the end of anyone innocent escaping.
However, I see your point. We can make an assessment.
What do you know of Lanati?
Probably the worst of them. The worst thing out here. Certainly. I mean, now that Halo's gone. Certainly the reason for all of this. We all knew she had something to do with this.
She taught King Hale what he knew.
Yes, with the crystals, the bismite. We've seen it before. It's a bad path. Everyone that gets connected to this power source, this bismite, they end up crumbling, much like the metal itself when it becomes powerless and silvered. It's a path to death and destruction. We know that.
Does she belong here? She doesn't belong as the ruler.
No, we agree with that. But she does belong here. She was born here, the Feywild, yes. She was created here, perhaps.
What is your wish for this place? You talk only of sustaining the way things are, maintaining the status quo, making sure only those judged worthy make it to the top, but things are not good down here. What do you want this place to be?
We want to survive. Full stop. We are doing that currently, so we will continue to do what we are doing.
Do you not wish to thrive?
I think we can't hope to thrive where we are, so we survive. Such is life.
We took care of some of the corruption down here. I don't know if that will help you.
We did feel a shift recently. The darkness stopped dripping. This was you?
Oh, well, we helped. It was Tibio.
Ah. Another good reason, I think.
Aaron and Journey. Last we heard, you all were headed towards the tide pools, correct? Or towards Illuri?
I'm just following Aaron's lead.
Aaron leads Journey, kind of walking back over to the pool area where Ilori went, and says to Journey, we can try to talk to them and see if, I don't know.
I know it's hard to rehash everything that you've been through all this time, but it might help them relate to you if they knew what you went through at the Blat.
Yeah. I mean, I guess they didn't see everything.
They saw such a small glimpse.
Yeah.
The two of you are walking on this mossy and sandy path out to the tide pools, and passing by are two other Eladrin that look up at you briefly and do that kind of like tucked smile and nod sort of thing as they walk by. Just towels around their waist after having come from the tide pool. And their conversation just kind of dies out as they walk past you, and the moment they get past you, they start whispering again to each other.
I don't know what's up with these people.
This seems to be some sort of refuge for a lot of folks, but I don't know how much of our business it actually is.
Yeah.
You round the corner and see those tide pools. It's quite vast, this area. It's like a 4-tiered waterfall cascading terrace of moss and water here. It all looks very pure and clean and surprisingly warm. You can kind of feel that heat and humidity as you round the corner here. You're not sure what's keeping it all hot, but it's quite comfortable as like a bathing spot.
Is Alluri in the water, or are they just kind of hanging out?
As soon as you make your way up there, you see them in the distance on one of the higher pools, and they're just scowling down at you, Aaron, and holding your gaze. They just like rip their pants down and take their shirt off and get into one of the pools, and then they lower down until it's just their eyes above the water, and they're just squinting at you.
Okay, then. Aaron nods to Journey and up at the highest pool where Alluri's looking down on us and says, well, time for a bath?
I guess. I call up to Alluri in Sylvan. May we join you?
These pools are for relaxing and collecting oneself. As long as you don't make me unrelaxed, then certainly.
Maybe we can help gain some understanding.
We can try.
Journey looks at Aaron and shrugs and then starts heading up.
Here goes nothing. Yeah, I follow Journey and we get naked and get in the pool.
Mm-hmm.
She's still kind of like low in the pool, squinting at you. She says, well, what have you to say? In Sylvan again, so Aaron can't understand.
Let me see if I got a spell to friggin' do this language nonsense real quick. Hold on. I don't have a goddamn thing. All right.
She sees your hesitance to respond, and she says, fine, if it must be so, I will speak so even they can hear.
I'm here to, in case there's any sort of concepts that might get lost between y'all, I can help translate and to provide some outsider perspective on maybe some of the things that are hard to say.
Aaron looks at Alluri and says, Your birth parents are dead. I'm sorry if you didn't know.
I think as much. For many years, I expect it.
They were killed in a pretty gruesome way. I think
Why would you say it?
it
Why?
was my life. And I'm trying to tell you everything, to tell you the truth.
I saw the forest, the burning tree.
Well, then we don't have to talk about it anymore. But that was how they passed. And it was, I mean, I barely remember it. I barely remember them. Mainly, I remember them from the carving I showed you. It was with me when I got taken by the blight.
This was her.
Yeah.
But this is you.
Yeah. I don't know. I just have always, I guess, wanted a connection with them because I feel like I never had anyone. I don't know. It's dumb. It's dumb that I stay in this form, I guess.
I know, it just makes me so uneasy. You are not my mother.
Yeah, I thought you were my mother at first when we met. It was
No, I'm who you were supposed to be.
I can change if it would make you more comfortable to something else.
Anything else?
Well, I know it's not fair, but this is how Aaron presents themselves. They're as much their child as you were. You are. It's not the same. But you both have that same tenuous connection to these people, and it would be cruel to take that away.
It's okay, Journey. I've been actually thinking for a while that I should try something new, you know? New friends, new life, new whole body. I think I feel like this form was my mom. It might not be, you know, like the Aaron I am right now, I guess. But I don't really know what else to be. I've always presented as this.
You won't even change to not antagonize me, to not remind me of my own parents. The smallest request. This is my life.
It's not small. And you're a reminder for Aaron, too. I know you don't want to see it, but y'all are the same. Same pain.
Aaron starts to crackle and change with the smoke coming over their skin. And I think Aaron would still change into a similar wiry type of build. Probably human, just because it's something different, but not so different from being an elf. And then younger, more age appropriate, and more looking like an 18-year-old teenager, still with dark black hair, but a much more human, youthful face.
This feels more accurate. You are young, yes? Having lived on the surface.
Oh, yeah, I guess time is different here, but we would be near the same age. I just turned 18.
She shakes her head.
I have an island named after me, a birthday island. My birthday.
To you, I might be 60 of your years.
Oh, wow.
I have suffered long,
That sucks.
yes?
But you've been through a lot, and you're still here. Like you said, still fighting.
She kind of sinks down a little bit and starts blowing bubbles in the water.
I admire that. I think it's something we have in common, probably. I grew up in a gang. Do you have those here?
I mean, Christopher, kind of a gang.
Yeah, yeah, it's a weird one. I don't know, but yeah, They wanted me because I could change, and they made me their weapon.
You were used by them.
Yeah, the blight. Basically, they groomed me from.
When you say blight, you mean the blight from a Feywild?
Yeah, we just learned that some of them are from here, or all of them. TBD. I don't know for sure.
You see them? The prince, yes. In your visions. I saw him. Lyrian.
Yeah, Lyrian.
You hate him?
Well, he's hurt people close to me.
The hairless one?
Doran,
Yes.
Hairless.
he's got some hair.
I understand now. It's true then. We live lives in a mirror, even separated by planes.
Yeah. I think we both had our own share of suffering and shitty lives so far. But I will say, one thing, once I was able to take action and take things into my own hands, I feel like things have been going better the last few months. I wanted to say, too, we heard that Kree didn't let you go up into the Skylands.
She abruptly kind of like plods around and like turns away from you. And then you hear her like facing away, goes, "Yes."
I don't know what that's about. But Kree's dead or corrupted. So we think you could come with us.
She turns around incredibly slowly, side-eyes you, and then looks up at Journey. Is this true? Kree is no more? Kree is not guarding this?
Kree isn't guarding the exit any longer. We don't know exactly what happened to them, but we know that they've been affected by the blue-eyed creature that we've been scared of and chasing and hiding from.
Then this could be my opportunity. Sorry. I go with you. You bang me up, yes?
Sure, but I just want you to know it's not all it's cracked up to be up there.
It's...
I would like to roll an insight check.
For sure, yeah.
We can use dice and...
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Wait.
Oh my god, we're playing D&D. Holy shit,
Hold
yeah.
on, there's dice in this game.
This is the first roll of the
Wait,
night.
just persuade him. Holy shit.
15. It hit my hand.
I'll count it.
Okay.
With the 15 insight, you can see that Illyri is genuine to the point where she is, she's like giving away her kind of like reverence here. Like she dropped the whole act of being like upset and all that kind of stuff for her chance to get up. She's excited.
Okay.
I mean, I think, yeah, you can come with us. It's not all daisies and roses up there.
Daisies, roses, these sound incredible.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Here we have plants that make you think depression.
Well, we got some of those plants too. But, I mean, we can help you at least get started, get a foothold, learn how to fly a skyship.
Now,
things.
this is conflict of interest. I must recuse myself. I wish to go with you, yes.
It's fine with me.
Does that mean you have to go through the same...
I did it years ago.
I mean, no offense, but would you be willing to say why? Do you know why?
It seemed paranoid. It could have just been a hangry. Who even knows it?
Yeah, who knows what those big animals have in there.
Can I do another insight check just to see if that's, like, truthful?
For sure. Yep.
Aaron's really trusting this person.
Yeah.
Nat 20.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Spicy.
You think that Illyri considers herself a changeling and may have done things in her past that she's not proud of as part of their posse or their tribe, and has a guilty conscience whether or not she's like a good person now.
I see.
It's very Aaron.
Illyri, maybe this is a chance for you to have a new laugh.
Yes. You allow me to have a new life. If you take me, I will ensure you get there. I can be your guide. The bismite and the null mist, I bring you through it. I've done it before.
We'll have to talk with the rest of our group, but
I think they'll agree.
yeah.
Good. But let's keep it quick, for like pacing's sake and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, let's go.
I think we just kind of sit and soak for a while.
Yeah.
Actually, I think Journey would probably leave you guys to just talk for a while now that they're like,
Tension broke.
yeah, now that you don't need me anymore.
I feel like Journey like gets up out of the pool and then just like walks away a little bit and looks back at them, still bare ass naked, and just like, yeah.
I did
nice.
it.
Yeah.
I helped.
Yeah. All right. We're back to the rest of the group. You see Mikey is just kind of idly opening some of his little echo bells and his little recording cups. Is that what they call them? Yeah. Jars. Mikey is playing with some of his echo bells in his recording jars. And he's just making some little beats on the ground. And he just kind of looks up at Doran and he says, Doran, how do you calm people down and you heal wounds and stuff with music?
Bard Mikey.
Turtle Bard.
Mikey, it's really counterintuitive, but to know what notes to play, you must be the best listener. You hear what they need and you play that.
Yeah, that's a deal breaker.
Maybe I started a little too deep. Just
So, how about...
tell you what, here, I'll hand you this one. See where all the dots are on
Yeah.
it? Just play the ones where the dots are for now.
Okay, so the big dots are okay.
Actually, wash your hands first.
Yeah. Drum's covered in chocolate. Yeah. It's got like a little bongo in front of him.
Okay. Yeah.
Or mushroom cap, I guess. Yeah.
Sure. Okay. And play where the dots are, and then
What did you hand him?
my lute.
Okay. Could I got a big stupid figures. Is that gonna be okay?
Yeah. You just wanted to do the drums. Is that what you wanted then?
That's kind of where my forte is, I guess.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I suppose that's technically an instrument too. I'm gonna.
I'm not smart enough to catch the subtlety there.
So
We just
I'll
lost a
start
bunch of followers.
strumming some notes, and it's gonna sound really sweet when Tim makes that music.
Yeah.
And then so now just move with me, Mikey, and then just do those beats.
Okay, hold on. This isn't like usual. It's not like 4/4. What is this?
It's like, fine. We'll just stick to 7/8 and keep it simple. So.
Okay. What's with all the arpeggios? This is tough to keep up with.
What are you guys talking about?
Clearly you can hear the root note, right? Anyways, Mikey, fine. We'll simplify it a little bit.
He points up at Poppy and goes, "Relax."
Relax.
Well, are you relaxed? Did
I
it
don't
work?
know. I think I feel safe right now.
Oh, so we're trying to be calm? Okay,
Is that magic?
We're getting there.
Okay.
Let's keep it simple and slow it down a little bit. And then we need to feel relaxed, feel our own heartbeat, and we'll play that, okay?
Okay.
Do you feel relaxed? Yep. I start strumming.
His heartbeat's so slow.
Are you dying, Mikey? Are you okay?
I'm a turtle. Our hearts only beat like once every 10 seconds.
I didn't know that. Right. So
I'm just making shit up. The two of them are having a jam session in one of those chode and
where are you guys going? Aren't you having fun?
Let me know when the relaxing music starts.
Journey shows back up now, back in her displacer beast leather armor again.
Yeah, I got dressed.
Yeah.
I actually kind of want to look for one of the Christophers.
Yeah, they're abundantly available. Actually, every mushroom here is Christopher, so whether or not you're talking to Fran or Jeff or
Probably
anything.
one of the familiar.
You don't want a new voice?
Probably not.
Yeah, all right.
Probably not.
All right, yeah. Fran goes, yes, is there something I can help you with?
Yeah, I just, when we talked through some of the stuff that we all saw together, I got the impression that I was not being judged worthy.
I'm afraid it has to do with your condition.
I was hoping maybe I could get a little more into that, and maybe wondering if you could help me understand it better.
Your heart is darkened, and this may affect you down the line. Mentally, physically, it could overtake you. We can't be responsible for that. You understand?
I'm not sure I do, but
There is a darkness in your heart. Such is the price for dying under such circumstances, and the hasty retrieval of your soul. You're lucky to be even here. I'm afraid.
is there... Journey kind of looks around and sees if there's anyone else within earshot. I mean, if it's forever, fine, but the way that I feel is that making it worse?
Is what making it worse?
This anger.
Yes.
If I deal with this anger, if I push through it, if I figure out how to live in it for a while and then let it go, would that help
Perhaps. However, those who choose to live in it for a while rarely let go. You understand?
I do. My people, we've always done a little bit of intentional change.
Indeed, your journey has just begun.
Maybe it's time to take a break from that for a while and be something else to get through this. Okay. Okay. Thank you. I don't want to hold back my friends from getting to the surface, and so I want you to know that I'm not going to make things worse. I'm going to do my best.
We understand. We are going to help you. The decision has been made.
Thank you.
We cannot threaten you, we cannot follow you, we cannot exact retribution. If you do not follow your word, I can only part by saying you will be better off if you let go of this anger and wrath.
Yeah.
Poppy.
Yes?
Ganymede chimes in from your ladle. He says, "You know what?
Oh, hi, Ganymede. What?
I really screw the beans when I meet you people. Don't get that wrong, I love you. But I did everything wrong.
Love you too?
I gave super duper hearing powers to a guy who never even once fucking listened to anyone.
Oh my god, right?
I give eagle eyes to the most short-sighted shapeshifter I ever met. I give all the feeling to someone who keeps it all inside. And I give smelly memories back to a guy and it's fucking crushing him. Poppy, I feel like you're the only one that did it right.
I think it was kind of a given that I would get taste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you can be tasteless on occasion.
Oh, what? Excuse me.
I don't mean it on an offense, it's just the stink your mother left on you.
I think I'm doing very well for myself.
Yeah, most of the time. But you're all kind of a angry little thing.
I'm not angry, I'm determined.
Right, but you know, the goofy one, the hairless one, he doesn't need your criticism, he needs your help.
Who, Doran?
Doran!
Why do people keep calling him hairless?
It's the only critique we got, he's perfect.
I wouldn't say perfect.
But I did.
What do you expect me to do, though? He doesn't want help.
You need to see a scared little boy where everyone else sees a chaotic 20s man.
That's a genre.
His decisions are made from fear of the future and fear for his friends.
Well, how are we supposed to know that?
Well, it's not your responsibility, but it's something you could do. I see it. I feel it. Every time he gets all wiry and squirrely, I'm always telling him, Doran, what the fuck are you doing? He don't say a damn thing.
And he doesn't listen to anyone.
Not even me. And I'm quite literally in his head.
So how am I supposed to help him?
He respect you.
No.
He do.
No. We're co-captains at
Exactly.
best.
Who else a co-captain, not even guy?
Yeah, I feel bad about that.
Not the point. Watch out for that boy. He's younger than he look.
Okay, point taken.
In that moment, among everyone, you're all sitting near one of those chode mushrooms, just so I can say it 3 times. Iluri and Christopher, Napper, and Nevi Styx all gather once again to tell you that they have made the decision. They're going to show you the skip bell. You can choose to use it. You can return to the surface, as long as Iluri goes with you.
Are you okay with that, Aaron?
Yeah. We talked, Journey and Blurry and I, and yeah, I think it was good. on a lot of points. Also, Aaron looks a little different now. Not that you need to say anything.
I mean, we all figured.
Yep, it's me, Aaron. I've de-aged by 25 years.
But like same vibe, kind of.
Yeah, similar vibe. Less elfin, definitely looking.
Okay.
Less sharp and angular, more human.
You wanted to make this change, Aaron?
Yeah. Alluri pointed out that it's a little strange, I guess, to be holding on to that form. It was my mom, or I guess my adoptive mom, and Alluri's real mom, so it's a little tough, I think. So, also, this isn't all original, so hopefully I didn't miss anything.
Thing looks great.
Oh my God, where's your nose?
Oh, shoot. And Aaron's
kidding.
like touching their nose.
I was joking.
Oh, okay, good.
Aaron, we're happy if you're happy.
Thanks.
You can be whoever you are.
And welcome, Alluri.
Thank you for taking me with you. I am exciting to see the surface again. It's been a long time.
Speaking of change, I know you all know that there's something going on with me, and I don't fully know what it is, but I know that the way that I feel is making it worse. And I think I haven't dealt with the events that led to my family dying and my part in it, and I think I need to really commit to mourning it for a while. And I know this is going to be a little weird to y'all, but Journey was a name that Lenati gave me, and it's not something that feels right anymore. I think what I need to do is take a break and focus on my grief. I think I'm going to go by Sojourn and take a bit of a sojourn in sorrow for a while. I don't know where it'll lead, but I'm hoping that if I can get through this, that maybe whatever's eating away at me will ease a bit.
You can be whoever you need to be too.
Yeah, Sojourn is a really nice name.
Thanks.
Good choice.
Thanks.
And then Aaron gives Journey a hug.
Yeah, you can see Journey crying a little bit.
Sojourn crying.
Oh my God. I already forgot.
It's gonna be really hard.
Sojourn is crying.
We will all need some time to adjust to these changes.
Yes.
I understand needing time, but if you can tell by my voice, I'm like a giddy little boy trying to get back to the surface. Can we please go? Illuri is beyond excited to try to return.
Laura's halfway down the hallway.
Yeah. Hey.
Co-captain, are you okay with this?
Of course. Yeah. Absolutely.
Welcome to the crew.
And you are letting us all pass then?
Yes, there were discrepancies in some of your reviews. I have the files right here. She holds up a mushroom, just flopping it around. Journey, Guy, you were deemed perhaps
Sojourn.
unworthy. Just thank you.
We're going to need some time,
Yep.
Dear listener.
Yeah, you have to wear a name tag for us.
That's
Yeah.
Sojourn.
Sojourn.
Sojourn and Guy, you were deemed perhaps potentially unworthy. This is from a surface reading of the deeds you have done and the chances for terrible things in the future, but given your recent past, we're willing to forget and forget.
Well, that's a relief.
Just don't kill any villages. Okay, Guy?
You got it.
Well, he would never do that.
You all get led back to those tide pools, and you're like, okay, I guess another bath before we go?
Got to be clean to go in the shell door.
But when they get close, you see Alluri's actually leading you towards a big, mossy, fluffy wall. And what you find out is it's not quite a wall, but a sort of rock overhang, and this moss is just creating a curtain that blocks out all sight, with the water flowing over it like that. And as you pass underneath, you can see this kind of shimmering grotto. And in the back of it, a small, round cave opening This it.
It looks just like the other one.
Yes, on the island. Fascinating.
Once we pass through here, we will be several miles up from where we are now. Isn't it weird that we use imperial measurements in the Feywild?
Way easier.
Be my guest. Unless you don't trust me, then I go first. Okay, and she goes first. She kind of kneels down. It's smaller than the one that you had seen on the other island, so you got to get real small to kind of crawl through this thing. Once you lead out to the other side, you're just on a small moss-covered outcropping, covered in woody roots. It's cold and misty up here, but it's brighter than usual. Some kind of luminance in the mist, as if everything here was charged with some kind of vague blue radiation. It almost feels like you're back in daylight, almost, but it feels good. You can tell by the way that your ears are popping, the way that you feel you are real high up.
Whoa, that's trippy. Aaron's trying to unpop their ears by stretching out their jaw.
You see there's hanging vines coming from the ceiling here, and across this 60-foot gap of open air, down which there's a 1.5-mile drop, is your destination. Another platform with a small hole leading up. So, there used to be a bridge, but it's dead.
Figures.
This is truly our specialty at this point, is crossing
gaps.
weird gaps.
Don't ask me to fabricate because I'm
I
not
was
doing
like-
it
Yeah.
this time.
Let's do this the fun way, which is retroactive. How did you get across?
Oh.
I
like-
Misty Step because I have
Twice?
it. What?
Twice?
Oh, is it 30?
30, I think.
It's double jump, basically.
Yeah, I'll allow it. You're out of combat.
Can I do it?
Fuck it. You fall 10 feet in between going,
I have my loafers of levitation on, so
oh,
it's
perfect.
like,
Yeah. You just,
bing, bing.
you like pop out halfway and you're standing there going,
Yeah, I use my vine and I just climb across.
love it.
Can I use your vine?
Absolutely.
And then I will also climb on the vine across.
Yeah, Sojourn holds the vine and kind of just like loops it as it's growing
Yeah.
slowly over time, and then ties one end to a post driven into the land.
Yeah, one of those old bridge pieces. Yep.
And then like flings the wound up rope across so that it spools out as it's flying across.
Yeah, it's kind of cool to see. This is such a practiced motion at this point after crossing the islands and stuff, but she throws a loop and it just continues to spiral and spiral and spiral. And she judged the distance so perfectly that the end of the rope just like taps the other side and sticks on.
Its little sticker pods all kind of like.
And Sojourn crosses over and Aaron follows shortly after. What about the rest of you?
This hasn't worked in a while, but we're higher up now, so... Come to me, Steed?
Guy, it's been a long time. And you've almost been afraid to say it because you don't want to feel what it's like to ask that and to not have it happen, but that's what it's come to. You finally ask the question and the answer is no. Steed can't hear you here.
Steed.
Very well. We
What
must
about
go
it?
higher.
Propeller beanie.
Oh, okay. We're really high up. Dorn is scared of heights. Can you smell his fear?
This is a canonical loophole that I am happy about.
That's very good. Thank you. Well, Doran, how are we getting across here? What do you think? What are you feeling?
It's incredible how often we're in this predicament.
Yeah, the rest of them just, it's like nothing. It's like walking over a puddle.
I lean forward a little bit, just getting towards the edge, and then I kind of crouch down and instinctually grab onto Guy.
Yeah, that's all it takes,
Like-
guy. That smell good. That's fear.
Oh.
Are you enjoying this?
No.
You have that ability that allows you to tell if someone's lying. Right?
Yes. Oh my God. Or you tell right away. Guy's like fanning his collar. Like.
Well, I'm ready to go. I suppose you could try to hitch a ride. It would probably be pretty scary.
Oh, and we don't want that, do we?
All right, my guy. I have no idea what you're planning, but I'm holding on. So I just grab on to just some pieces of plate on his back.
Yep.
All right. And Guy attempts to levitate over to the opening.
I love this so much that Doran is a canonical fear engine for you. And that you are, Guy, because of this, you are like super powered, like a rocket ship where you can just jump one single leap across this place.
Oh my gosh, I'm not afraid anymore. This is fine.
Which makes you pick back up.
I hate this. I hate
What a miserable loop.
Doran just has to be afraid for his life as often as possible.
There, that wasn't so bad, was it?
We'll workshop it. I mean, it worked. I'm gonna try some other things next time.
How do the NPCs get across?
Huber and Mikey, they're going to take the Alluri route and extremely slowly shimmy their way across that vine. There's like a good 15 minutes where Huber gets halfway across and starts shouting like, "I can't do it!" And everybody's like, "Come on, Huber, just keep going."
Mm-hmm. I guess I could have cast fly on someone.
Gotta save those spell slots. You know?
Suffice to say, you make it all across. When you all get to the other side, you're on a similar moss-covered outcropping that's just covered in woody roots, just like the first side was. But when you look at the way forward here, you find something quite strange. A staircase with steps of all different sizes, with hard edges, made of a solid gray metal. As you move up this steep incline into the wall, it's abundantly clear that you're moving into a giant bismite crystal. Except here it's all but faded. A brittle, silvery gray everywhere.
Illuri, is this... How far did you get before you faced Kree?
We're going to have to go all the way through the... We have to go up all the way to the topping of the tower. We will be outside and feel air on our face when it is time to face judgment. Or not, if it's true that Kree is gone. But first we must move through the null mist, and then we will see the power of the crystal. The real stuff. It's intense, be ready.
How much mist do we have to go through?
Not too much, but if any of you are magic dependent, it could get bad.
Sojourn?
I think I feel okay right now. Do I feel okay right now?
So far?
I think I'm okay.
Let's just say something if you start to feel off.
Yeah, I feel good right now, but I'll let you know if anything weird and magical starts to happen.
Sounds good, Mikey.
Is Mikey not actually a turtle?
Yeah, no, he's like an elephant or something. Right. As you progress up that staircase, this place is absolutely mesmerizing. Every square inch is made from crystallized bismite, with complex square spiral patterns dazzling your vision. It has an effect almost like a mirror maze, with gleaming reflections sliced into thousands of thin lines in front of you. But this bismite is dead. And this place is relatively untouched. The natural structure of this place is at times very convenient, being made of naturally grown staircases, but at other times incredibly uncomfortable and difficult to traverse as you navigate endless hard edges in this metallic cavern. And then you start to see it as you climb, that thick, white mist, swirling almost imperceptibly slow in the air.
Well, we survived traveling through it, so we'll be vulnerable, but let's be quick. We should be okay.
Journey hadn't died yet.
True.
Sojourn hadn't died yet.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
I was dreaming
Retake.
at the time.
That's
Journey
true.
hadn't died yet. That's, yeah.
And Guy, thinking back, when you fell through the mist, you have very little recollection of that whatsoever.
Yeah, ever since passing down here, my head hasn't gotten on its shoulders.
And your progress doesn't stop. You all feel it. All at the same time. A strange pressure and a sudden dimming of your senses as that ever-present feeling of being connected to Ganymede suddenly stops. Poppy, your loafers of levitation are heavy on your feet. Doran, everything is quiet and strange. Sojourn, your breathing is becoming labored, difficult and deep. You feel like you're not getting oxygen no matter how deep you pull. Guy, the world around you is fading. When you look up for help, you see Aaron, and Aaron is changing. Because they can't control it anymore.
Is something the matter? This seems worse than we might have expected.
We must push ahead.
More than half of us seem to be failing.
I feel wrong.
We gotta keep going.
Yes.
Just keep going forward.
Can someone carry Sojourn?
I'm afraid that you're not going to make it. We can't carry all of you.
We'll make it.
We'll keep going.
Hold my hand.
All right.
You all see the flames that spill out of Guy's neck and eyes have died down to a slow trickle. There's barely anything coming out from his neck, and it's a gruesome sight when there's not flames there. It's a real severed head.
We just have to keep going.
And Sojourn, even as you say that, you stop halfway through because you started to choke.
I'll move down to Sojourn. We're gonna be fine. Look, we're halfway up, I think.
Okay.
I'll put her arm over my shoulder and try to help carry her up.
Just a bit more, Poppy. It's like climbing that mountain.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
You all look back and see that Aaron hasn't followed you for a while now. Because Aaron changed. And this time it's not up to them.
Aaron.
What?
Aaron's facing away in this moment, but Doran, you're the first to realize what just happened. Aaron lost control of the magic that allows her to change, and what they are now is Aaron's true form. Seeing a younger Aaron was strange enough, but seeing what Aaron truly is something else. Do you look?
Sojourn, I'm sorry, but I think Aaron needs me most right now.
Go.
And I slip off of holding up Sojourn. My eyes dart away, kind of out of my control at first, like look down and then look back up. Aaron, we can make it through. Are you okay? I move over, kind of getting close, but not, like within 5 feet or so.
Aaron, it's strange. You've never been out of control like this. You've always been able to look how you want to look, and you can feel when that's right, and this is wrong.
I don't know how to. I don't know what this is.
Doran, it all shifts into place, and Aaron's transformation is complete. Do you look?
Yeah, I do.
When you look up, they have your hair. And they've got Poppy's apple cheeks, Guy's strong chin, Journey's determined brow and her height. Because, Doran, who is anyone but little pieces of their friends?
Yeah, I move in and just kind of hold out my hand.
Doran. And Aaron takes it.
Yeah, and I pull them into a hug embrace. Yeah.
Doran, we gotta get out of here. Help me.
We'll make it through.
Guy and Sojourn, you're both fading, looking at each other with heavy eyelids that keep drooping. Guy, you stumble. Sojourn, what do you do?
I reach out.
Oh.
Doran, Aaron, I can't carry them.
You know what, everyone? You know what transcends the null mists? Music still works.
No.
Dora pulls out his lute and
Yeah!
starts playing. Can I still bardically inspire people?
Absolutely, but you were going to send me guitar audio for this.
You can either enjoy this, everyone, or you can move away from it. So, gotta move up.
Doran begins to play, and for a moment, you're all on the sunset streets of Baxi. Or you're back in your little hotel room in Farewell, or you're in a warming hut on Lure, or Aaron's birthday island, or any place better than this. But while Doran is playing, you're not here, and you're not suffering. Poppy, with Doran busy providing for the group here, it leaves you to lead.
Okay. Just follow me, everyone. We don't have too far to go. And someone named Journey once told me to just keep climbing.
Oh, that was so cute.
Yes, we must climb. We can do this.
You all see Guy's body, basically a lightless servant now, just kind of dutifully carrying the head, and you all hear the tiny crunch of Poppy's feet on the ground as she leads this group forward and upward, and it only takes a few minutes before that crumbling silver and that thick white mist begins to give way to color and cool air. And when you breathe in, you breathe the air of the mortal plane.
Is it over?
I think we made it.
I think we did.
No, it's not over. We are in the material plane, yes, but this is the most dangerous part. First we will see the theater, and then we will see Cree. Or we don't. But this is the final push. We are through the null mist. You are home. She gestures onward through the colorful bismite, and Guy, earlier you had felt this kind of radioactive Geiger counter, this ticking in the back of your mind, this feeling of power somewhere near you, and now it is overwhelming now that you've crossed the null mist. There's something here that is so big that the clouds center on it. Anyone else attached to the weave can feel something too. Something is huge here. Something is wrong.
Guy wants to do a perception check, just like looking for the source of this.
Yeah.
7.
Best you can tell, Guy, it's all around you. It's coming from the bismite everywhere.
I think when Sojourn breaks out of the null mist, her first instinct is to take an unlabored deep breath. And I think that would also include kind of this desperate pull and reaching out to magic. And I don't know if she would understand what she was doing in the moment, but I think she would be trying to reach out to the bismite around her.
You all see a pink light begin to drift up from the bismite here. As it begins to race towards Sojourn, you all see her fey buds begin to light up again, and they swirl around her. Few of them as there are, just a handful. It seems Sojourn is taking what she's owed.
Sojourn, are you all right?
I think as soon as she realizes what's happening, when someone else points it out to her, she goes, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
That's okay.
What happened?
I'm sorry. I didn't know what I was doing. It was too much.
You are connected. Yes? This is what happens. When you are given a second life from the bismite, this is what happens. And she's gesturing openly to Sojourn.
I won't do it again.
Do not be ashamed. This is a gift to transfer. It does not only take, it is also give. You have this power now.
Oh, maybe it's not like what we saw.
Yeah, you have different goals and a different way of seeing the world. We've only just seen take, but it doesn't have to be like that.
Right.
And now all of you will make this decision. Will you be like her? Like Sojourn? You need only touch. You begin to walk out and you start to feel cold air on your face. Wind. You're nearly back out into the clouds. And you see one perfect, square, spiraling bismite crystal in the center of all this. A deeper, glowing violet than you have ever seen in your life. Practically ultraviolet, radiating here. And Sojourn, you know just by looking at this, this is the heart of bismite.
We will need this to win.
No.
You don't take it. Poppy is right.
You said we can decide if we...
You drink from the well, so to speak. She gestures all around, and you see a metallic statue of a giant bird, of a giant snake, a giant rat. This is a place of power. If you believe you can handle this, you can become great.
No. No, it's wrong.
The Blight, no doubt, partook of this power.
Yes.
In the past, we've always had to refuel bismite in places we've been. It feels wrong to take it from here in this way. I mean, that's what we've been against this whole time.
But you do not take from here. No. You let it destroy you and build you back. Just like a sojourn.
So you're saying that I already went through this?
Yes. You died and were restored by a bismite.
And the great beasts did the same. And they're bound to bismite wherever they are.
They must be near it, or they will perish.
And is it the same of the Blight?
For those who complete the ritual, yes.
Have you done it?
I did not. I did not have an opportunity as I have today.
Why didn't you before? You were chased off before you could reach here?
By this time, they're looking around as if they're scared that Kree is going to come down at any moment. They found me by this time.
What happened to Kree and what happened to
Her eyes go wide. She steps back and goes, "There! Cree! It's back!" Pointing to a colossal bird perched on the ledges here, staring down at your group.
That shouldn't be possible.
It's, you told me it was gone. I didn't need to worry. It's going to kill me. It's going to judge me again.
Does it feel like Cree?
Doesn't feel like anything.
Do we see it? Do we see it
You
too?
all see it. Not moving at all.
Uluri, it doesn't look like Cree. It's something else.
It is. It's massive. That's Cree, is it not?
I don't believe so.
Something's wrong.
What is it then?
Do you approach?
Yeah, I'll get a closer look.
Get a sniff.
Give it the sniff test.
You come close to these giant metallic bismite ledges here. Sure enough, you see this colossal bird, something like 25, 30 feet tall. But it's all cast in a gray-brown, not those brilliant colors you had seen before.
Has it noticed us?
Doesn't seem to have moved a muscle since you approached.
Is it a statue?
Would we have taken Tully's personal effects?
At the least, Huber would have it.
Would
maybe.
Huber have the whistle?
Cree's whistle?
Yeah.
Fair to say.
Huber,
Bobby, yes.
do you have Tully's whistle?
Brilliant idea. Yes, Bobby.
He reaches into his little pouch and brings it up to his mouth, and
I don't have lips. You do it.
Oh,
How did Tully do it?
Tully had lips.
Most turtles. Tully.
yeah.
Huber's born with all this.
Tully has duck lips. His mom was actually a duck.
Yeah. Oh, I like that actually. Poppy, you blow into the whistle, and you see absolutely no reaction out of Cree.
it's either not Cree or it's not alive.
Maybe an offspring or something?
It still hasn't moved.
Guy, you haven't even seen this thing cock its head to one side.
Lurie, I believe we are safe.
She's still trembling and staring up at it. Guy, you're about 10 feet away from this thing. Do you get any closer?
Can I give it a smell test?
Sure.
Oh, that's too bad. Well, 16.
16 is enough for you to find out that this is not a living creature when you get close to it. It is, in some sense, a statue, but not like the others.
Does it look like Owly?
No.
Maybe it's Owly's dad. You don't know. You probably know.
Guy has his tongue sticking out. He's like, oh.
That's a good question, Guy. Do you touch it?
I
Learn from Doran's mistakes. Don't touch
don't think there's a reason to touch it.
Fair enough.
It does not. This thing does not live. It's another statue of some kind.
Does it resemble Kree, like from what we've seen?
Dead on depiction. It looks as if Kree has been encased in some kind of gray-brown dust.
Kree was not in good shape when we saw it last. It had put up a fight of some kind and was overtaken. Does this statue seem to be in like pristine condition like the bird itself, or does it seem...
Not at all. It seems like it was almost mid-fight in some kind of like attacking pose.
I'd like to cast Detect Magic.
Okay. It is devoid. Like raw materials.
Does it look like all the great beasts are depicted here?
Yes.
Okay. So it's not that all of them are dead necessarily.
The rat beast,
Yeah.
we believe him to be dead.
But Sesk, we left alive.
Sesk should be alive.
And Halu, the great whale.
Yeah. It's hard to perceive at first because it's so fucking big, but yeah, there's a great whale statue.
The mantis would be dead.
Yeah. Is
So,
there a badger?
Can we look around? Are there any other weird statues like that?
That one of Kree, that gray-brown muddy statue, it's the only one like it, and it's exactly as Kree appeared.
I was just going to say, can I give out a couple of bardic inspirations from the trek up? Sure.
Oh, thank you.
To Sojourn here, for sure. Oh,
Expired.
okay. I'll give one to Poppy, too.
Oh, thanks.
Sojourn looks at Alluri. You said I can give, not just take.
Yes, it is your power.
Oh my God,
I
Journey's
told
gonna,
you I'm going to do something stupid. Sojourn takes a couple steps towards the Cree figure and tries to send some magic into it.
Yeah. You all see that successfully performed for the first time in that direction. You've never seen magic being given before. You've only seen it being violently taken. When Sojourn faces this thing, you see a pink stream of light jettison from her into this thing, and it has no positive effect.
Okay.
no positive.
I was scared.
As this energy brushes the statue, you instead see its talons begin to disintegrate like sand, so temporarily held. It all begins to crumble. Poppy and Aaron, you flash back to that cave when you touched those dead miners, and their bodies turned to sand at the first touch. You know now without a doubt, the blue-eyed man has consumed a great beast.
What did you do, Journey?
I didn't mean to. I was just trying to give
Sojourn.
some magic back.
Damn. Damn. What have you done, Sojourn?
I was just trying to give some magic back to it, but I think it was too late.
It was too far gone.
He consumed it.
Yeah.
This is the fate of Cree,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the same creature that killed King Hale.
He's been roaming this material plane and consuming everything in his path.
All the bismite he can find, all the people.
I understand now. If you hope to succeed, some of you will need to do this. She gestures towards that square spiral in the center of all of this.
Show me how.
You understand your life will be changed. You must be in the presence of Bismite forever. You cannot leave the clouds.
We need every edge we can get.
There has to be other avenues. Do you want to become what King Hale became?
Of course not. But Sojourn's instinct is to use it to give. Some of us must do this. That's what can counterbalance all of this.
And you'll give too? I'm not questioning you. I'm asking. I want to make sure.
Hey, can't we not bring Bismite with us if we want to go elsewhere?
Yes, but it's not like here. Outside of the clouds, Bismite is rare and precious. You will not find it far from here.
But we could take it with us so we could still travel.
Yes,
It's just dangerous.
it is life and death dangerous.
I'll do it instead.
Poppy, why?
Because someone has to do it, and I feel like I stand a pretty good chance at not letting it corrupt me. No offense.
I mean,
And
a
if-
little offense, but
Doran, you have a lot to deal with. And I'm okay not leaving the clouds again.
Well, I kind of anticipated spending my whole life in the clouds. Why wouldn't we all do this? Guys, I mean, if we really need power, if we want to be the good guys, should we all do this?
Mikey, this is not... You can't come back from this.
It's okay, Poppy. I love it out here. I live here. I don't want to go anywhere else. You don't understand. I'm always following you. I'm in the background, but I'm in this as much as any of you. I could do more.
You shouldn't have to.
And Doran, while Poppy and Mikey are going back and forth, you're holding your hand out over the crystal.
I am, huh?
But I think next time, we'll see where that decision lands.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. I am Tim, your GM.
I'm Aaron.
Yep.
Played by Hannah. What?
The transformation is complete.
I'm Aaron.
I'm Hannah playing Aaron.
I'm Tara, the Furbolg, formerly known as Journey, now Sojourn.
I'm Thomas, still Guy.
I touch crystals. I'm John.
He plays Doran, and I'm Maggie, and I play Poppy Kenmore.
Share the show with people you love.
See you
See you
next
next time.
time.
See you next time. Fucking did it again. God.